Evening, we'll see 6 of the Premier League's top 7 tonight, so we thought it was worth a little bit of hype. Not worth quite as much hype. Ian Wright and Danny Murphy. We begin at Goodison Park, and Chelsea going to Everton with a 4-point lead at the top. Commentary from Steve Wilson.
Yesterday's results left Everton fans celebrating the certainty of European football next season. Today's results just might leave Chelsea celebrating the near certain of a 5th title in 13 seasons. Or then again, they could be left sweating. 8 straight home Premier League wins. Everton and Goodison is arguably just about as tough as it gets right now. Morgan Schneidlin is ruled out for them with a thigh injury. Kevin Morales drops to the bench as Ronald Koeman brings in Enner Valencia and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Chelsea make one change. It's Pedro for Fabregas. Their biggest win of the season came against Everton at Stamford Bridge when they routed Koeman's team 5-0. It's very unlikely to be so straightforward today. Chelsea 3 defeats in their last 28 Premier League games. Everton 2 defeats in their last 17. There's Valencia taken up by Jagielka. Dropped into Ross Barkley with purpose through Calvert-Lewin. Azpilicueta ahead of him. Did well, Calvert-Lewin hit the post, and Lukaku can't turn it home. And Barkley's header is wide. Everton strike the upright after not much more than 60 seconds here. It's a good, purposeful ball by Ross Barkley, but Calvert-Lewin still had lots to do and nearly caught out Thibaut Courtois at his near post. Chelsea have not kept a clean sheet in Premier League football in their last 11 matches. Last clean sheets against Hull City back in January. Nemanja Matic for Chelsea. Cahill thinking about it, hit it. Stecklenburg needed Ashley Williams to react quickly. Wasn't the greatest piece of goalkeeping you've ever seen from Gary Cahill's shot. Really hit the jackpot as it rebounded back off Stecklenburg. Well, a very bright start to this game. And Diego Costa got the better of Ashley Williams. Eden Hazard is ahead of him. That's a cute ball into Eden Hazard, round Stecklenburg and into the side netting. Much to the relief of those Everton fans on the Gladys Street. Terrific play by Diego Costa. Beat Ashley Williams to it and played it beautifully into the path of an onside Eden Hazard. It was the angle that beat the Belgian, not any Everton defender. Big chance. This is 40th game in charge of Chelsea, just 4 defeats so far. Azpilicueta straight to Lukaku, holding off David Luiz, and he's not far wide, Romelu Lukaku. Well, playing against his former club. Some Chelsea fans hope he's playing against his future club. He nearly scored against Chelsea here. Good strength, just wide. Never scored for Chelsea. Romelu Lukaku in his 18 appearances for the club. Luiz, Diego Costa. Oh! That's a huge opportunity for Diego Costa. Well, it's so simple in its creation, just a long ball downfield. That touch there left Diego Costa turning and facing the goal. Full in the face and smashing it high over the bar. Well, they've had chances now to their big 2. Eden Hazard with one, Diego Costa with another, neither on target. Stecklenburg. Good head back from Azpilicueta, finding Pedro. This is dangerous, well cut out. Idrissa Gana Gueye, it's going to be a corner to Chelsea, but if it had got through him, it would have reached Hazard. And then who knows? And if Chelsea can win this game at Goodison Park, it would be such a lift for them, entering those last games with such confidence. The corner is driven low to Matic, touched off to Moses. Oh! could so easily have been the opening goal. Clever corner this, played into Nemanja Matic, touched back to Moses, took a little flick. Enough to carry it past the post, not enough to carry it into the path of Diego Costa. Great corner routine. Unlucky Chelsea. Great to see something new from a corner kick. So nearly brought them the opening goal. I'm not sure Jagielka wanted that. Well, Diego Costa slid in. I think he was within his rights to do so. He's caught Stekelenburg and he's got the yellow card, the Chelsea striker. Nearly undid themselves here, Everton. Didn't look, Jagielka. Well, you can't expect Diego Costa not to go for it. Could he then have pulled out, lowered his foot, possibly? He's got the yellow card. Valencia's done well. Valencia. Everton beginning to show their teeth. And Valencia away from Cahill. Had Holgate to his right-hand side, ignored him. Marcus Alonso with a little flick. The pace of the game is definitely rising. There's definitely smoke coming off the fuse. Is it about to burst into flame? Costa. Matic. Pedro, good strike! Oh, what a fantastic goal by Pedro! From the top draw into the top corner, Pedro scores for Chelsea and could be extending their lead at the top of the table to a yawning 7 points. It's an absolute wonder strike from Pedro. Goal of huge importance and of unparalleled brilliance. Pedro for Chelsea, quite fantastic. Davis, Matic, Alonso. Eden Hazard. It's a foul. Idrissa Gana Gueye on Eden Hazard. Yellow card now for the Everton man. Not much doubt about that decision. Just about 12 minutes of normal time to play. Chelsea with this precious, slender advantage. Can they double it? Eden Hazard with the free kick. Oh, good save by Stekelenburg at first, but it's in. Gary Cahill runs away and Chelsea lead by 2. Stekelenburg really unhappy with the ball. Gary Cahill beaming from ear to ear. Gana Gueye did no more than wave a leg in the general direction of the ball. When Stekelenburg made the save, it hit Cahill and rebounds into the Everton net. Everton 0, Chelsea 2. Davis, Matic, Costa. Could be more in this for Chelsea. What a huge psychological blow it would be for Tottenham, for Chelsea to win here. What on paper is by far their toughest game. Played by Costa into Cesc Fabregas, could pull it back. Willian, 3-0 Chelsea. Absolutely no doubt now, a brilliant goal again by Chelsea. The football of champions on display at Goodison Park. Who can stop Antonio Conte and Chelsea now? Everton, the last of the high hurdles between Chelsea and the Championship, have been negotiated. Willian scores. Chelsea are 3 up at Goodison Park. And Tottenham's task is huge. Not just a win for Chelsea, a statement of intent from Chelsea a hand on the trophy for Chelsea. It's over to Tottenham Hotspur now, but whatever they do, Chelsea's route to the title looks clear. It's finished at Goodison Park. Everton 0, Chelsea 3.
We all know the difficulty of the game, but our answer was positive and in all aspects. It's not easy to play against Everton all the way, because Everton is a really good team with a good coach.
We play well in the first half. We make it really difficult. We didn't create open chances, but I think we controlled the game. We stopped the strengths of Chelsea till the 1-0. I think that make really it more difficult after that, and they showed that high quality on the ball offensively, and that was the difference between Everton and Chelsea today.
At half time, we felt it was very difficult. You know, we felt we needed to go to another level. We needed to push on more. We spoke about leaving everything out there in the second half and finding that next level if we could, because we needed to push a bit harder. Sometimes you need a special player like Pedro to produce something out of the blue. You know, I was behind that shot. He's cutting inside. He has no right to put that in the top corner with his left foot, and that gives us a platform to go on.
We played a game with head, and in this part of the season it's very important to use before the head, then your heart, and then your legs.
Head, heart, legs.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. I wrote a book with these three words: head, heart, and legs.
They're just plugging their books on Match today. I'm sure it's available in all good bookshops still. They went through the gears in the second half, didn't they? They were very impressive.
Very impressive, and you know, Everton was meant to be the game with the running what they've got. Was going to cause them problems, but once they saw off Everton, they didn't really do too much in the first half, if I'm going to be totally honest, Everton. But Chelsea, the quality and the way they played, Dan, they're going to be champions without a shadow of a doubt.
It's the quality, it's the strength in depth.
Absolutely.
Bringing Willian and Fabregas off the bench. But there was a similar thing today that Everton did, that United did when they beat Chelsea, and they tried to copy the man-to-man marking on Hazard, which was really interesting, and I thought it ended up being a weakness for them. Now, they've got quality players all around the pitch, of course, but if you're going to leave a massive space between your defenders, because there's the man-to-man, and your midfield, good players are going to find that space. So Barkley and Davis played ahead too high up against Matic and Kante, and Gay was following Hazard everywhere, and this big space kept appearing. Centre-halves were all over the place. I mean, he's still trying to... You can't catch him there. It should be 1-0, really, in the first half. They didn't make the most of this space, but they kept getting in there. You see the two lads from Everton too high up. Gay's following Hazard. This time, Pedro's in there again. Bad touch from Hazard. But getting in these positions far too often. And it was only a matter of time in the second half before they took advantage. I mean, Matic, look at the space he's got to run into. Gay's over there with Hazard. Defenders don't know whether to come out or drop off. Ended up all over the place in the second half again. It's too easy. I understand the thought process between trying to keep Hazard out of the game, but when you've got other good players and you give that much space, you have to have someone protecting the back foot.
So you're saying man marking one player isn't as simple as just sticking one man on him?
No.
So when Manchester United did it a couple of weeks ago, it was more subtle?
Well, what they did is they had Pogba and Fellaini still playing central midfield and defending and helping out their back three. So they had strength in the middle of the park and made them go wide. And also, when they went wide, they matched them legs-wise.
So that space was...
That space is the most dangerous space on a football pitch. Hence the fact, the premium on defensive midfielders. Yeah. And they tried something today, it didn't work. And they didn't plug the gaps in the second half, and Chelsea steamrolled them in the second half.
It feels like every time Everton play a side in the top six this season, there's been either discussion or analysis on Lukaku and what he does against the top six compared to everybody else. But again, in the same way that man marking isn't just down to two individuals, when you look at Lukaku against the top six, isn't just down to him individually.
No, I felt for him today. When you consider we're talking about someone with 24 Premier League goals, playing against a top team, you're not going to get many chances. Few and far between. This is perfect. This is what you've been doing all season. I think Ross Barkley's got the ability to drive that ball into that space. He's showing him exactly where he wants to put it. He's under it. He's actually slipped over. Again, this is a ball for me, Leighton Baines. He's just got to hit that into that area there. Look at what he can do. If he can get to turn there, he can link up play and everything. It doesn't go in there. The quality's poor. He's showing his frustration. Again, this one, he makes a good move. He's got Gary Cahill where he wants him here. He goes inside, just lay that into him. You know, he could get his body in him, he could roll him, he could do whatever. It's another bad pass. I could have showed you so many clips like this today. It was so frustrating for him. This is another great opportunity. This is the first half. You know, Calvin Lewin, just put that in the space for Lukaku to run onto. That's where he scored all these goals this season. He has a speculative shot, the youngster. And then here, again, Ross Barkley. He's got the ability. He should be looking to pass that in there. He knows what Lukaku can do. I could see the frustration.
And therefore, when there's talk about his future,
yeah,
it's not... It's about... I keep going back to a bigger picture here,
yeah,
but it's about what a team can do for him, do you think?
Well, the thing is, you look at the reason why he may not have signed a deal to this point. And, like, we've picked out some instances there, but there's been games this season, and yes, he scored 25 goals, 24 in the Premier League, but he must be frustrated himself because he could get more. And he's thinking, I'm looking at Chelsea, looking at Costa getting chances, getting ball all the time, involved in the game. That might turn his head.
Just one other thing from this game. It had no effect on the result, but it's always quite nice to see a corner that isn't just lumped into the box.
You know what? You got a bit of stick for this, but
yeah, only because I wanted to show it. I just thought it was great.
It's inventiveness, and it's a team playing at the top of the game, trying different things. And I'm with you. I love to see things like this. This just shows where they're at. Chelsea as a team.
Yeah.
Talk about their individuals, but as a team, they're a step ahead, aren't they?
Well, it's just...
They're on a different page.
You know, what I love about it, Dad, is just the way that the Everton players didn't know what was going on. It was like, and it was before they knew it, it was past their goal.
I think the young lad deserves a mention as well for Everton. Calvin Lewin, he did really well in the first half.
Yeah, he did.
He was some really positive runs.
OK, good stuff.